have the same response to it.
It's super gross. Welcome back. Week three of MLMs. Could it get worse? It's going to get worse. I'm Erin.
I'm Megan.
And today we're talking doTerra.
And Young Living.
Oh, they're so bad.
Okay. We're going to try so hard to not just like lace everything we say with, oh, what a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But it's going to be hard.
It's going to be super hard.
Oh my God, what a piece of shit. There, I'm at it again. I just fucking can't with these motherfuckers.
So, exactly. You can do a lot of your own independent research.
Please.
And you should if you're into essential oils.
Or, okay, actually, let's preface this with, if you know how to research things, you should do your own independent research using verified studies, verified, like, use at least 3 different sources.
Yeah.
Try to use, like, academic sources if you fucking can. Well, Mayo Clinic is great.
And really research what it boils down to. You Google the thing you want to know about, and then you check. Does it say Brad's dope-ass website.org?
Right.
Does it say Scientology.com? Or does it say WebMD? Does it say BetterBusinessBureau.com? You know?
Is it a verified source that obviously doesn't have an angle?
Yeah.
You know, like if you go to doTerra or Young Living, they will tell you that, like, it's fine to just raw dog all these, like, just chug them like a Monster Energy drink.
Yeah, well, and the funny...
Don't fucking do that.
No. The funny thing is, when I Googled basic things, like, is doTerra bad? Because I wanted to see how basic to go. And then I followed it up with, like, doTerra lawsuits, doTerra controversy, doTerra, you know, and other things. Every single fucking time, the first 5 articles that popped up were from the doTerra website.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so, like, be aware that they do that on purpose. They pay people to make sure that that happens.
And look to, like, on the first few websites or answers that come up, generally they will say ad next to them. Skip past those, friend.
Yeah. Unless
you're doing some sort of research on ads.
Which, I mean...
it's cool.
That's fine.
Whatever. It's your Wednesday. Do what you want.
So we're going to dive into it. So I did doTerra. Megan did Young Living. Do you want to go first or do you want me to?
Oh, I may as well. Young Living started it. So Donald Gary Young is a shyster and a piece of shit. Moreover, he was the guy who started Young Living.
Yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to ambush you with that. I just
wanted
I wanted like a little tiny clip to drop into the TikTok so it like was a little.
I was trying to minimize my chins.
Yeah. Right. Dude,
I didn't want them to think that this show's run by a human toe.
Like, well, and you've got Mama June here, like, and my fucking. Oh, yeah.
That ain't even bad. Mama June's fly as fuck.
Dude.
We need to do an episode on Mama June.
Oh my God.
Isn't she living her best life?
She really is. Alana is 16 now. She's got a 20-year-old black boyfriend who, like, loves her.
Fuck yes.
Loves her. I mean, probably loves her booty and, like, her fame and her money also, but, like, dotes on her.
Fuck yes, dude.
I mean... You know, if anybody saw how she was raised and is trying to, like, scoop her up and be like, baby girl, ketchup on noodles is not spaghetti. Let me take you
how old
to Olive Garden. She's 16 now.
Jesus Christ.
I know. So,
yeah.
Good on her. Good on them.
Good on her.
I hope they're happy.
Me too. I hope that Mama June, like, goes back to being a good person. Not to say that she wasn't a good person. She was just, like, in the throes of addiction and love, and that can really fuck a person up. Mm-hmm. But hopefully she gets out of that. And you know what? I liked Honey Bear, or Sugar Bear.
Sugar Bear.
I thought he was sweet.
He seemed really sweet. So he's on the new show, whatever it is, like The Life of Honey Boo Boo. I don't remember what it is.
No shit, like, they have a new show?
They have a new show which chronicles, so I was going to call her Peanut Butter. Not like her sister Lauren, Pumpkin. Yeah.
Peanut Butter's a cute name, too.
Peanut Butter's a cute name. Pumpkin, her older sister has a brand new baby, and she also has custody of Alana because June was in jail.
Yeah.
In and out of jail and stuff. And so it's like Pumpkin who's like...
Well, Pumpkin was holding down the fort anyway.
Totally. She was the one who had it figured out. And she, so she has custody, and it's like chronicling her life of being like evicted and trying to get Alana to go to school. And Alana's like, everything is fucked, and it's so sad. But so Sugar Bear's trying to get custody of her with his new wife. His
new wife's kind of a bitch,
dude. She's a fucking dirty ass. She's like,
I do not care for her.
No, like when Angelica Houston was in the OG The Witches, and like, you know, they have like the witch convention, and she's standing there at the podium, and she starts to like show her real face. That's who this chick reminds me of.
Absolutely, yeah. Because like after they got married, especially, that's when like that's when her true colors came out. Before that, she was, some of the stuff that she was bitching about, like, I understood.
Yeah, totally.
But after that, after they got married, or even like the wedding itself, I was kind of like, okay, everyone's just being trashy about this. Like Mama June didn't handle it well either.
Yeah.
Nobody was handling it well. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just don't care for her. She's the specific type of white trash that I dislike.
And I don't even know her name. Just Mrs. Sugar Bear. I don't.
Yeah, right?
Dude, I don't know. He's gotten a little trashier since. Anyway.
I liked him, though. He was always really nice.
You know, and bringing it all back, I could totally see Mama June, had she not gotten a TV show, in an MLM scheme.
I mean, had she have gotten the opportunity while she was having the TV show, like she is the type of person who's acceptable to that, I think.
Yeah, 100%. And she is the key demographic. She has a big ass family. She's got, you know, probably a lot of friends, a bigger social circle because she's doing the pageants. And,
God,
single mom.
Fuck, I never even thought about that. Like, the pageant circuit probably is rife with MLMs.
You know, the only thing that made me think of it was last night I was watching the episode of Unwell on Netflix, which you can catch and talks all about.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's so good. It talks about essential oils, but there's a bunch of them. There's like
it better articulates the shit that I'm gonna say.
Yeah. And so, but yeah, and the woman was talking about how she utilized like her church, her get-togethers, her okay, this one made me really fucking sad. So she had like a crazy inoperable brain tumor, or partially operable brain tumor, on her brain stem as a teenager.
Oh, no, I fucking hated that
Oh,
chick.
I hate her. Yeah.
Super predator.
Yeah, but she's like, I just let him know that essential oils cured my cancer.
But it fucking didn't.
No, it didn't, because you can hear that she has a speech thing. She has a cognitive delay because of having a fucking brain tumor still.
Yeah.
Like you know that she's not cured. And then the autism thing I got really upset about.
Oh yeah, I fucking bet.
And you know what? Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm climbing up on my pedestal.
Yeah, fucking do it. Preach.
So, the thing about, so there's a section of this episode talking about essential oils. What they did was they looked at essential oils and they looked at the good and the bad. So in the beginning of the episode, it's all like the presumed good. And so it's a woman touting, essential oils saved my life and my marriage and my migraines and whatever. And there's a woman who has, an autistic teenage daughter who she says is cognitively not on par with her age, which right there I was like, I disagree. Your daughter has communication issues, and granted, I don't know your daughter and I don't know you or your situation, but like assuming that she's cognitively not developed enough to take care of herself frustrated me out of the gate. But then she talked about how they did ABA therapy and they did all these things that is everything I rally against. So she goes to a doctor of aromatherapy, right? And this woman, kudos to her, I will say, she talks about how, like, medically there is no proof of any sort of actual health or wellness or anything, but making these blends of essential oils for this autistic teenage girl was supposed to help her do things like sleep and be calm. Okay, if that's your end game, that's cool. And they said that at the end of it, that this specific blend was helping her to sleep more. They put it in a diffuser and they would put it in her bedroom while she was asleep, and she would sleep longer. And so when she woke up, she was all better. Now, let me say, when she said she was like all better, the girl was finally sleeping.
Right?
You know, anybody who sleeps is going to be all better. Like, she wasn't having self-harming behavior. She was smiling. She was happy. Whatever was causing her to not sleep was alleviated by the essential oils. And that's fucking awesome. But the underlying condition was she could not sleep. So if essential oils help with that, fucking go for it. Kudos to you. Anything you can do to get your child in a better place, to enjoy their life. But, like, don't fucking act like essential oils cure autism. Because I will come for you. I will come for you like a flaming hot Cheeto in your butt. Like, I will.
It's, so. I think that it's a lot of well-meaning white women.
That's exactly right.
Almost the entire circle of doTerra is a bunch of well-meaning white women.
The only women of color I have ever seen, and I'm not saying they don't exist, I'm saying that I have ever seen, are, I would say Latino women.
Yes.
In
absolutely
a very specific region.
No, it does prey on the Latinx community for sure.
Yeah, that's about as ethnic as I've seen it get, and I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, correct me for sure. But yeah,
like, I mean, generally, like with most any MLM, it does prey on immigrant communities. And I've seen. Oh my God, I'm not even gonna get into that because it's actually part of the next episode too, about how the recruitment structure is so fucking predatory that they sell people, especially like people who've newly come to America, on the idea of the American dream, independence, all that. But yeah, and that's pretty much the only. Oh my God, it's so. You're going to have to cut that out because it's just a bunch of me grunting and saying, oh my fucking God. Like, it's just so fucking predatory, though. Like, I think about it all the time. Like, they're just super fucking predatory recruitment structures. It's almost as bad as, like, telling somebody dead ass that, like, you should be taking these, you should be internally taking frankincense oil for cancer.
And that's what she says. That's what the woman with the brain tumor says. The frankincense oil. And she goes, it cured my cancer, it cured my tumor, and we could never tell the doctor because the doctor would call CPS.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I should hope they would.
Yeah. She's like, we couldn't tell anybody. It was a big secret.
Jesus Christ.
What? If it's a big secret, is it what you should be doing?
Right.
So without further ado, I'll let you get into Young Living.
Fuck. Okay, so let me just go on a little rant about why you should not take essential oils internally. And in order to do that, I have to do a mini dive into what essential oils are. Essential oils are distilled. So it takes like 50 pounds of lavender tips to make like 5 milliliters.
Oh.
It's extremely, extremely distilled.
Okay.
Each drop, like if you're dropping, let's say, peppermint essential oil, which you should fucking not do. If you're putting peppermint essential oil in your water, for instance, that's like 100 fucking leaves for every one drop.
It's really, really concentrated,
extremely,
right?
extremely concentrated. So even for topical use, you're supposed to take like 1 drop to like a couple ounces of a carrier fluid, which sounds gross now that I'm saying it out loud. But you know, like mineral oil, baby oil, something like that. Like you're supposed to dilute it heavily.
So when people say, I put peppermint in my morning tea, what they should be doing instead of essential oil is fucking flavoring.
Extract.
Right? Food grade extract. Yeah. They are not the same thing as an essential oil.
Well, and okay, so one thing that really, really, really pisses me off is when people, I mean, specifically from this community, from the Young Living doTerra community, and you'll find out a little bit later why they're pretty much the same fucking community.
They're like when Kourtney and Kim Kardashian got in a slap fight.
100%. It is.
That's
100%.
what these two companies are. Yeah.
It is 100% that. Yeah. That's
they're sisters
a really
that got
good
in a slap
analogy.
Fight. Thank you.
Oh man. Oh shit. Okay, sorry guys, we have to stop. Okay. Can you tie Gary Young to Kim Kardashian?
Ooh. I don't think so, because I don't know enough about him. I would have to
hopefully by the end of this you'll be able to.
Yes, hopefully. I would have to...
Hashtag squad goals.
Yes, I'd have to know a little bit more about him other than he wore a cowboy hat. And that's all I know about him. He wore a cowboy hat, and I believe he's no longer alive.
I can do it in like probably 2 jumps.
Nice! Do it.
Gary Young is dead, and so is Khloe Kardashian's grandmother.
Oh! Well, MJ's still alive, I think. She may have survived COVID. I have to watch the new season on Hulu to find out.
Kourtney Kardashian's grandmother, then. Do they have the same grandmother?
Yes.
But
both of their father is dead.
That's true. Yeah. Bob Kardashian.
Yeah, he's gone.
They might both be in hell.
Maybe. I hope all lawyers don't go to hell. But I feel like some of them would be really happy to be in hell.
Some of them should be.
Yeah,
I just think that that's where they would thrive best.
They'd get to live their real, authentic selves.
They get to live their best
in hell.
lives.
They do.
Yeah. Exactly. It's not for everyone, but it's a living. All right. Anyway, going back to it. So when sometimes, especially Young Living and doTerra reps will say some shit like, oh, well, these essential oils go back to biblical times, and Mary Magdalene anointed Jesus's feet with frankincense, essential oil. No, because they didn't have stills like that.
No.
Essential oils are a fairly recent modern thing.
Now, be careful. We're recording this on Easter Sunday, and we're in a big metal RV. If we get struck by lightning, we will know that we were wrong. And that Jesus...
I know I'm on the right side.
Then that Jesus really did have that happen. But I'm pretty confident in agreeing with you that, yeah.
Oh, no, I've done research.
Yeah, no, totally.
This is a well-researched piece of information. I'm not just cuffing it like normal. No, so they didn't have fucking stills like that. Now, that's not to say that they didn't have, like, frankincense oil or, oils, but you can make an oil by making, like, a tincture, which is something they had back then.
I feel like that's comparing chamomile tea to Diet Coke. Like Diet Coke.
It's comparing chamomile tea to Ambien.
Yeah, absolutely, because whatever version of it they had was not concentrated.
Yeah. Like even,
or pot from the 70s.
I was just going to say, like, pot from the 70s versus, like, doing dabs.
Yeah.
It is like that. It is that big of a fucking difference. Because, like, okay, you can put some rosemary in your olive oil. You got some dope-ass rosemary olive oil. You know what I mean? Like, or make a tea out of some shit. Like, and boil it down, and then there's, like, some somewhat concentrated tea. Like, there's ways of extracting scents, which essentially all of these essential oils are just fucking smells. But it's not essential like essential workers or...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is the essence of.
Yeah. It's
not
twisted
an essential thing that a person needs for well-being. Exactly the opposite, actually.
Exactly. It reminds me a lot of Kellogg. How he was like... People should not masturbate, and everyone should be celibate and eat my cereal.
And they should eat this cereal because it is the most and no joke. It was designed to just be like tasteless. It was designed out of an oopsie.
Yeah. Yeah, he had like some leftovers, and he was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna sell this."
And then he there was some like leftover fucking like wheat vomit that he was. He broke it up and was like, this is flavorless as fuck. Let's sell it to the masses.
Yeah, this is all you need to get well. Enemas, meals, not riding bicycles and risking orgasms for women. Right? Like, anyway, I won't diverge us too much. Someday I'll do that. But I mean...
Dr. Kellogg is so problematic.
He's a poop stick, so...
Yeah.
But it's the same shit. Like, he was like, I got this thing you should put in your body. It's like, no one should put that in their body.
Oh, for sure.
And touting it as like a health cure. So tell us tell us more about what I just interrupted you for. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I cannot really remember where I started.
Shit. Okay, so how did Young Living start?
Oh God, I don't want to go into this.
Okay, that's fine. We don't have to.
I'm going to. I want to just go into the fun science of shit.
Well, we can do that.
Yeah.
I'll give you a 30-second breakdown. I'll give you one of my fucking patented Erin breakdowns of the icky poo-poo stuff for this guy. Like,
okay, sick.
Okay, I'll do that.
You do that, and I'll go into the fun science shit.
All right, deal. So this guy, something happened. I don't remember what.
You're better at this than me.
Something happened. I don't remember what. He couldn't walk.
Logging accident.
When he
was 23.
There we go. See, she knows more. So he got in a logging accident. They were like, bro, you're never going to walk again. He was like, whatever, just watch me, bro. I got the power of Jesus. I got Jesus. And I got fucking
lemon oil and water.
Lemon oil and water.
Fucking asshole.
So supposedly for like 251 fucking days, all he did was drink lemon oil in water, and he rose again like Jesus from behind the wheel.
And his motivations vary on this. Like, his first wife said that it was because he wanted to fucking kill himself, and he went on like kind of a toddler hunger strike. But he says that it was because he knew more than the medical doctors.
He was like, I've done stuff. I'm smart.
I'm 23. I'm on top of the fucking world.
Right? So whatever happened, the end result was, in fact, that he was able to walk again. Although he was like, dude, you see these legs? Do they look withered? Fuck no, they're not withered. I'll show you how not to have withered legs. And people were like, oh, sick, really? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna deliver some babies underwater.
Right. His own being one.
Yeah.
He employed a dude in that same, it was in Spokane, in that same care facility that he, keep in mind, his name is D. Gary Young. People, upon looking at it at first, are like, D, that must mean doctor.
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
It doesn't.
They gave him the benefit of the doubt, and they were wrong to do that. And he fucking employed this dude who had been convicted of manslaughter because he was, long story short, the mishandling of a cancer patient.
Yes. Incredibly mishandled.
Gross negligent.
So he's like, ooh, watch me. I got a flex here. Did anyone want me to deliver babies? No, nobody. I'm gonna deliver babies.
So many babies.
I'm gonna
underwater.
Deliver my own daughter. He killed his own daughter.
She was underwater for an hour.
Because
people don't breathe water.
Exactly.
Even if it has frankincense in it.
Exactly. So he killed his daughter and immediately was like, ooh, that didn't go how I thought. I'm gonna pivot. I'm gonna pivot a little bit. We're gonna move. We're going to go with, what do I have? Oils. I'm the oil baron now. And that's how he formed Young Living.
That is an amazing synopsis.
Thank you. I'm good at breakdowns.
I like it. You do the breakdown. I shout facts in between. Yes. I like it. Fuck, we should just do that. That's our new form. So after he started this shill fucking company, his thing, oh God, is it him or doTerra? The seed to seal?
Oh, I think it's him.
Okay, cool. I've listened to so much shit about both of these fucking assholes. Anyway, so he had a seed to seal, which meant that he could guarantee from seed to seal the quality, which in theory is good because you have to think if you're condensing these already like smelly herbs into its purest, most essential form, that whatever the fuck is on them, whatever impurities are in the soil, whatever pesticides they used, lead, we're going to get into that next season, will be condensed. And so, I mean, topically, it's bad, but to use internally, it's fucking worse.
You're drinking poison.
You're drinking fucking poison.
You're drinking little bits of poison.
And so the thing is, maybe, and this is a gigantic maybe, I might be fucking myself by giving him the benefit of the doubt that his fucking patients had given him initially. But maybe if he had his own farms and somehow oversaw all of that, which would be kind of difficult, he would have to be doing it pretty much his own damn self and nobody else, that maybe in the beginning his oils might have been all right. it's probably not the case.
I mean, just because he wasn't concerned.
He was not at all very concerned. And it's been shown that some of their sources, a lot of their sources, come from places where it would be fucking nearly impossible to oversee every goddamn moment. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, they have this seed to seal guarantee, and it's bullshit. Yeah. And even if there was some way that he could oversee every amount of it and everything was to be perfect, which it's shown not to be, there's shown to be great impurities, that there's still some shit you shouldn't be putting in your body or on your skin in such a condensed form. And a lot of this shit isn't going to kill you immediately, but it's got a building effect in your system. And so probably in the next 10 to 20 years, we're going to start seeing some shit come out. A lot of this stuff they haven't tested for it. And if they have, it's been unethically tested by either... the testing that they've done has been extremely biased in their favor because it's been their own labs doing the testing. And so even doTerra, which Erin's probably going to get into later, is kind of almost an offshoot, tried to take a dig at their seed to seal. Ooh, punny. Tried to take a dig at their seed to seal by saying, well, none of this has actually been tested, and, well, frankly, there's no real standard to test it to. And so guess what? They made their own. They made their own set of standards. Yes. They didn't make better product. Exactly. And so here's the best part. So the standard does sound very official for doTerra, not to like go too far into your territory, but it's like therapeutic grade, which isn't a fucking thing.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not a fucking thing. That's like if Erin and I had like a sham makeup company and we were like certified beautified. Like, oh my God. That's cool. Dude, but it means fucking nothing.
No, we're research experts. We are certified research expertise.
Certified by whom? Us.
Expertise sounds fancy, but means fucking I Google.
Right. It's just like one. It sounds correct, but it's just a little to the right.
Yeah. Maybe there's a little
accent.
A little accent.
Absolutely. We have what we are. I can't even pronounce because it's made sheerly out of accent marks.
It looks like when Predator opens his little wrist shield to blow himself up, the little
and you can only pronounce it with your eyebrows.
Yeah,
that's exactly it.
Yeah, that's
what we are certified. Yes. So yeah, that was a little bit of silly bullshit there. Another bit of silly bullshit is their lines. So they have different little mixtures. And in those mixtures, it'll say like that you can use this internally or externally, and it's supposed to be like food grade. It's supposed to be somehow different because it's certainly more expensive. And no, it's the same fucking oil, and the reps are also told that.
You're talking about the little recipes they make, right? Where it's like, take some frankincense and some rose and put it together with some lemon, and then you have like, I don't have my period anymore oil.
Kind of, but it's the specific oils that go into it. There's 2 different lines of oils.
Yeah.
And, one of them claims that it can be used internally. And no, it's the exact same oil, just different packaging. That's like an open secret. So that's fucked. But they say that it just has to be packaged that way because of some regulations.
Oh, my favorite thing is hearing a Young Living rep go, well, we're not supposed to say that it cures anything. That's a little against the rules, but it cures everything.
Right. No, that's exactly it.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
If you're not supposed to say, don't fucking say it.
No, it's almost like they have a playbook, because even going back to like a couple episodes ago where if you're like, yo, that MLM is a fucking pyramid scheme. Well, that's not a pyramid scheme. First of all, those are illegal. And it's like, yeah, like, I mean, so is murder, but it doesn't stop people. Like, dope. Okay. That just means that that makes you actually more culpable.
It's worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know you're not supposed to.
Right. You know it's a fucking pyramid scheme. So that leads me to their thieves line.
Thieves?
Thieves.
Oh.
I know, that sounds bad, right?
That sounds real bad.
All
Is
right.
that like what they call one of their lines of oils?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Let me give it a quick Google, because once again, this is one of those that I'm like, is it Young Living or doTerra? Because they're the same thing in my mind.
Yeah.
In some ways.
I would buy a line of essential oils if they named it Slurm. I would.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay, no, it is Young Living. Okay, so I was right. I tried to remember, and then my brains got all spaghetti. Okay, no, so it's the thieves line. So it's supposed to be, here's the mythos that goes with it. Here's the line of bullshit they'll feed you. Is that thieves back in Bible times.
Everything goes back to the fucking Bible.
Everything goes back to Bible times. Back during Bible times, there was a bunch of plagues going on, and these people would steal from the dead and the dying, and the way that they would do that is they would put this blend of oils on their shirt collar or on them, and they never got afflicted by any of the plagues.
Wow.
So this is supposed to be some cure-all, like, protect you from everything. And so, I mean, you can guess what they were pushing during COVID.
Oh my God.
Tons
Colloidal
of oils.
Silver, like
Oh
Jim Baker
my
with
God.
2 Ks or 2 A's or whatever it is.
Fuck.
No, he did. He got in a lot of trouble.
Good, because he fucking should.
Yeah. Dude, colloidal silver doesn't do fuck all except poison you.
Right. Which is, it's not just thieves oil, there's a whole, like, cleaning line. I love how adequately named it is, though.
Yeah, I mean,
because it's thieving people of their money and their well-being.
that's fucking crazy.
Dude, I know.
It's like they went, if we call it whale sperm, will they still buy it? No, man. We gotta call it something less in your face.
Let's call it mammal jizz. Mammalian aquatic jizz. It's ancient.
Anciently
Jizz,
extracted.
Right? And jizz, actually, they just hotepped it. They were like, jizz, actually, if you take J, I, Z, and Z, and you add up the qualities of those, it comes out to 555, the number of God. This is the oil of gods. You know what I mean?
Totally.
They just hotepped it.
You have no fucking idea how perfect that segue is. Because I have been hanging on to this just like a little fucking treasure. I can't wait to show you.
I'm stoked, okay.
So this is the only thing that I wrote down about Young Living. According to BuzzFeedNews.com, in August of 2021, influencer Madison Vinning made a big announcement on Instagram. After becoming one of the top sellers for the MLM essential oils company Young Living, she was quitting. To her more than 250,000 followers on Insta and her Young Living team, known as the Happy Oilers,
Oh my goodness.
the news came as a huge shock. Young Living, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's big. Let's see. So Vinning, who had worked for Young Living for more than 8 years, had reached Royal Crown Diamond status, which that's when you actually make money. That means she had like 16,000 people below her or something crazy. And she was making, on average, $137,000 a month. Now, Young Living is one of those that in order to make your bonuses, you have to pay at least $100 a month.
Uh-huh.
That's just to like be on. Your $100 a month was going to this woman. Okay. So people online began to speculate as to why she and her husband Tyler would leave after so much money had been put on the table to start from scratch. When a few days later, the Vinnings announced that they were joining a new wellness-focused MLM.
Oh my goodness.
doTerra, which is best known for its collagen supplements. Rumors swirled that the couple had gotten into a huge payout or some other incentive. They had gotten a huge payout to leave.
You know what? That's actually kind of common where somebody will take their team from one MLM to another.
Which, okay, that makes sense. But for months, she kept her reasons for leaving Young Living opaque. Their word, not mine. I would never use that word. But
I would.
Not in that specific way. The jizz was opaque.
I know, that's why I would have used that
Totally.
word.
But recently, she finally began to spill the tea on social media. One of the reasons she was leaving,
That is the whitest shit I've ever heard.
Right.
A white straight person wrote that.
A white straight man, I suspect. Satan and his demons. Yes, that Satan.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, so Vinning is just one former top Young Living retailer who this month has either insinuated or flat out said that they left the company after feeling, as devout Christians, that demonic forces were spreading darkness among Young Living members.
Yeah, that's karma, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's just like greed.
Yeah.
Like, that's what happens when you join an MLM. But one former seller, Melissa Truitt, went as far as labeling the company a cult in an Instagram story.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Truitt led the charge on the oily satanic panic by posting her series of Instagram stories last week, accusing the company of spreading demonic propaganda through a New Age self-help book it sent to its members earlier in the year. She urged all Christians still working for Young Living to flee or risk their eternal souls.
I mean, I'm pretty sure their eternal souls are already kind of like on shaky ass ground.
They're compromised.
Yeah.
So yeah, Satan.
Dude, cue church lady. Like, can you put in the church lady
church
thing?
Lady.
Post?
Yes.
Put that in there.
Oh my God, yes.
Dude.
That I can see Dana Carvey in his little purple sweater.
I know,
it's so cute. Satan.
Dude, also, actually, speaking of that, I had to give it a real quick Google here. So, they do have their own essential oils guide. I'm showing it to Erin right now. It's just like a little, bound.
Spiral bound.
That's it. And so it's supposed to be written independently by perhaps a doctor. And it's not. Spoiler alert, it's written by their own people. Oh. But it's like their recipe book.
Is there...
And it is some people, it's their fucking Bible.
That's terrifying.
Yes. And okay. Actually, sorry, before you get into all this, I'm not trying to decry the use of essential oils or oils. I'm not trying to say that it's all bullshit. Like, I mean, I like some fucking lavender oil on my pillow. But like, what I'm against is using it instead of fucking like cancer treatment.
Yeah,
or
garner your expectations.
Instead of a cast, or, to protect from COVID, or sometimes like at any time that there's any natural emergency, natural disaster, they'll swoop in with some predatory shit. Like when all the wildfires were happening, they were swooping in and saying that this will clean out your lungs, this will do this. Yeah. And it's like any time that there is any possible thing that they could make a buck off of, they fucking do.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm against. Yeah. I'm against the extremely predatory nature of all of this.
Absolutely. It's funny you should bring that up. I touch on it a little bit.
Dope.
But yeah, absolutely. Like, remember what it is. Mm-hmm. It is for entertainment purposes. Not curing. I mean, what else is for entertainment purposes? Dildos. Gambling.
Dildos.
Things that are good in moderation.
Mac and cheese.
Crumble
I say
cookies.
As I shovel all this into my face.
It's so good. So that brings us to doTerra. Now, doTerra, I have a very personal bone to pick with. I had a friend. She has passed. She had breast cancer. She was able to battle through 3 rounds of breast cancer before it went metastatic. And she joined doTerra because they gave her hope that she would be okay. She sold doTerra with her dying breath, and she died. She left her wife alone. They had a beautiful farm. She made beautiful artwork and ceramics, and the last bit of hope that she had that she might be okay, she put into doTerra. And they lied to her, and she died. She would have died anyway, but she died knowing she'd been duped. That's what I have a problem with.
That's the fucking worst.
Like, yeah, she didn't, it for her, it was already metastatic, so there wasn't, like, an alternative that she was choosing not to get as far as a treatment. But they told her, like, it'll take away your pain. It's metastatic cancer. I mean, peppermint oil is not going to take away your pain. I don't care what combination it's in. So I was like, I will do doTerra. So now Megan already talked a lot about how essential oils work. But according to so I'll skip most of it, but according to WebMD, one group of concerned aromatherapists at the Atlantic Institute for Aromatherapy began collecting injury reports online after people started coming out saying they were ingesting it, using it inappropriately. And since the fall of 2013, they have found more than 268 cases ranging from mild rashes and anaphylactic shock to internal chemical burns from using oils to treat things like vaginal yeast infections.
Jesus, no.
Never. The FDA does not test oils for safety before they're sold. It's critical that people understand that. So that's the only bit I wanted to touch on. Now, according to sciencebasedmedicine.org, doTerra's actual company website, doTerra.com, doesn't claim to cure cancer, but it is rather vague. Instead of making specific claims for their products, they talk about the use of essential oils in history, like you were talking about, for antibacterial properties to heal burns for wellness.
Which, I'm sorry, can I stop you?
Yeah.
Okay, if you have a burn, the only thing you should do, and I'm not talking like a sunburn, I'm talking like if you have like a burn, like you burn yourself on the stove or you get a steam burn, whatever, right? The only thing that you should do, if it's in the blistering phase, don't fucking plop the blister. But like if you get a burn like on a flame, do not fucking put anything on it. Do not put aloe on it. If you have open flesh, do not put a fucking thing on it. Run it under like cool, not cold, just like kind of on the cool side of room temperature water.
Yeah.
If it's too advanced, go to the fucking hospital. Yeah. Your skin is your biggest organ. If you have a lesion on it, like you wouldn't put aloe on your fucking pancreas. Do not put oils on open fucking wounds.
Yeah,
do fucking not. Not even vitamin E. Like maybe if your doctor says to after you have been checked out by a doctor, then put the ointment on there that they tell you to put on there. Do not, because otherwise, and here's why I say, let's say I touch the fucking stove with my hand and it's like I have skin that has come off, right? If I put aloe on it or I put snake oil on it or whatever the fuck, they will have to get all of that off. And that process is very fucking painful.
Is that the scrub brush with the bristles? Yeah, because
you do not want that to happen to you. Do fucking not do that.
No.
Just, no. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, when licensed aromatherapists are concerned because of the way people are using essential oils, they're the first line of defense.
Absolutely.
They're like, we know our shit front and back. Like,
and there's a huge difference between a licensed aromatherapist who went to school for all of this, who knows like drug interactions, shit like that, who if you go to see a licensed aromatherapist for sleep problems, right? Which it is good for like headaches, sleep problems, whatever. If you see, I cannot stress this enough, if you see a licensed by the state aromatherapist, not licensed by doTerra, or whatever school of bullshit, actually licensed.
Yeah.
If you difference between that and a fucking doTerra.
Oh yeah. If you walk in and they have their crown that they won at the latest doTerra cruise for like best recruiter, fucking leave.
Yes.
Like leave. So we're going to go to the doTerra wiki page for the rest of this and talk lawsuits. Or I shouldn't say for the rest of this. All right. According to the doTerra wiki page, Young Living, and this is where we were talking about the Kardashians fighting, Young Living filed a suit against doTerra in 2013 for theft of trade secrets, alleging that the company had recreated their production process illegally. During the lawsuit between the two companies, Young Living produced an analysis of doTerra products that suggested the company utilized synthetic chemicals in their organic product. Chemist Robert Pappas has said the oils, which were tested by the Centre National de la Recherche Scientifique, I don't know if that's real or if that is just badly pronounced South American Center for Research,
right?
Did not match any oils sold by doTerra. So, in October 2014, the 4th District Court dismissed the claims made against doTerra, saying that they had done no false advertising or trade secret theft. So, that's when they broke up. Of course, the U.S. FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, did issue a warning letter to doTerra for allowing its distributors to market its products as possible treatments for cures for Ebola, cancer, autism, and other conditions in violation of the Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. Shortly thereafter, federal agents conducted a further investigation of doTerra's files. In response to these actions, doTerra marketing executive McKay Brown said that they were working to address the issue with their distributors. Now, distributors are what they call their salespeople. But I mean, from what I see, they don't listen. So I think that they're just saying, oh, like the one chick said, oh, like, we can't say that it cures anything because, you know, it goes against the FDA ruling.
Not because of ethics.
Right. So in 2016, doTerra sent letters to distributors advising them that a breach in their internal system allowed for all of the distributors' personal information to be distributed across the dark web. And all the names of the people who have bought things from them. So, yes.
Damn, homie, so watch out.
Exactly. They explained that a third-party vendor was at fault. They promised, like, pinky swear it wasn't them. And to compensate, they offered 2 years of credit monitoring for free.
Jesus.
That's so nice of them.
Oh my God, that's the most bullshit, like... Like, I get free credit monitoring, I mean, through Credit Karma.
Me too.
Or also through my credit card, or also through my bank.
Yeah, me too. We actually, we have a year of free credit monitoring because our mortgage company, just us, for some reason, only our fucking information in some internal email while we were doing our refinance was exposed. And our information sold. So I'm having, like, nothing but fucking problems. Nothing but fucking problems, yeah. I mean, luckily, they told us fairly quickly. But it's very annoying.
Yeah.
So, of course, then there was the 2017 California wildfires that you talked about, where distributors were trying to say that they had products for air purification. They don't. Air pollution experts countered that the products, in fact, do not clean smoke from the air, and by releasing volatile compounds, they actually make air quality worse, exacerbating respiratory problems people were having from the wildfires. And last but not least, and also there's a lot more in between, I'm just sort of giving broad strokes. In 2020, some doTerra distributors attempted to benefit from COVID-19 by claiming essential oils have immune-boosting properties, despite no scientific evidence. So the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, warned them, don't do it. You don't tell them that. Don't do it. And they were like, okay, we promise. Did you know that peppermint oil could maybe help you have a stronger immune system so you don't get COVID?
And they had tried.
Just told you not to.
Right? They tried really hard to, like, sidestep it and be like, oh, this is just anecdotal, but my mom ... Like, in where this gets harmful is when, and where it overreaches is when it tells people, like, don't go to the doctor, just use peppermint oil.
Yeah. Exactly. Now, we did talk a little bit already about the certified pure therapeutic grade,
oh my God.
Which doTerra also does. There's a lot of overlap here. And so according to the BetterBusinessBureau.com, the BBB.com, the National Advertising Review Board, they recommended that doTerra stop claiming that that's a thing. And doTerra was like, yeah, cool. Hey, do you know anybody who's looking for some, like, a side hustle? And they were like, no.
Jesus Christ.
No, seriously, you have to listen.
You know it's good for listening.
It's really good
strawberry
for listening.
oil.
Oh my God, strawberry oil is the best.
Just put a little bit in your ears.
It gave me some rosacea. It's not a rash. It's rosacea.
Yeah.
No, that just means
it gave
rosy
me a
cheeks.
nice rosy complexion.
Yeah. Yeah. doTerra stated that it will eventually comply with NARB's recommendations, even though it strongly disagrees with their decision to persecute them.
Oh, my Lord.
I know, right? So that was pretty ridiculous. Truthandadvertising.org has compiled a sampling of more than 140 examples of doTerra distributors claiming the company's essential oils can treat, alleviate, or cure a number of health conditions, including ADHD, diabetes, endometriosis, epilepsy, PTSD, autism, cancer. Like, again, they're back at it.
It's a nice mix of, like, shit that doesn't need curing and shit that, like, if you have that, you should be under a doctor's supervision.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
diabetes. Okay, dude. And we're going to go into this in our next one, too, that's, like, food, the food MLMs. But, okay. Out of my whole family, my mom's the youngest of 7. I'm the youngest of like 30 grandkids, and all 30? Of those 30,
oh,
and
man.
all of them have at least a couple kids each. So like my lineage is large. I have a huge sample size as far as what my family is prone to, and diabetes is top. It is chief among them.
Oh wow.
Out of my mom and her 6 other siblings, only 1 does not have diabetes.
Dang.
A lot of my older cousins are diabetic. Like it's like wildfire in my family. Diabetes and cancer. Well, I mean, I grew up with it, and so like it's for me. It's like, oh yeah, like whatever, just eat sensibly and like you know. But I grew up in. I don't know if diabetes has a fucking culture, but if it does, I grew up in diabetes culture where like my mom and grandmother both had it, so I was just living with it all the time, and it was whatever to me, you know. But if a person is diabetic and just keeps living their life without closely monitoring their blood, without closely monitoring what they eat, I mean, fuck, there's sugar in everything. Carbs break down to sugar, starches break down to sugar, without carefully monitoring their own diet and or being under the close care of a physician, shit can spiral out. It can cause blindness because it fucks with your vascular system. That's why people's feet can fall. I mean, not literally just fall off, but the circulation doesn't go there. And so if somebody gets a scratch on it, it can go septic really quick. You can die of blood poisoning. There's a lot of shit that can go wrong if a person is diabetic and just fucks it off. A lot of shit that can go wrong. Fucking strokes that can cause dementia. Like, there's a ton of shit. Diabetes is no fucking joke, dude. A lot of these do the MLMs, they do say like, oh, we can like treat fucking diabetes, and every time that they say that, I'm like, dude, stay in your fucking lane, man.
Yeah, right?
Like, okay, migraines, totally. Stress, absolutely.
Yeah. Anxiety?
Anxiety, absolutely, you know? Like, and I'm not talking crippling panic attack anxiety, though. Like, it might maybe take a little of the edge off.
If you have a big test or a big presentation.
Yeah, like, exactly. Like, if you're just kind of like privileged white people anxious about something, you know what I mean? Not like actual, like, real problem. Like,
yeah.
Because for that, you go to the doctor and they give you some shit. But yeah, like, citrus oil if you want to have a good day, or whatever, properly diluted, mind you.
And diffused.
And
reasonably.
Reasonably diffused. Make sure, though, that, and actually, this is an important takeaway that I hope everyone remembers. If you're going to put an oil in a diffuser, make sure that it is an oil that is safe to inhale.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. That is so important to know, because they aren't all.
You can fuck your lungs up.
Yeah, they're not just all blanket okay. Just because they have a fucking cute little diffuser that matches the curtains in your kitchen doesn't mean you should be breathing or putting shit in there willy-nilly without looking into it.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like, there is a lot of stuff that is okay, but there is also a lot of stuff that's not. So just please, like, make sure that it is okay to diffuse. And I cannot stress this enough. Do not put like drops of like rosemary oil in your coffee. That shit will have a negative effect on you.
Cumulative.
A cumulative negative effect.
Like lead. It builds up in your system, and before too long you have a problem that might be permanent. It might be. We don't know. They don't know.
It's got a building effect.
Yeah, all they know is it has a building effect.
Building to what?
Yeah, lead
Nobody
has
knows.
a building effect. That's what drove King George mad.
Oh, yeah. That's what probably drove the boomers mad, too.
Yeah.
Once again, we're going to get into that next season. God, we have so much cool shit ready for you guys next season.
It's going to be so good.
A lot of it's, like, already ready, too. Oh, my God.
If we weren't taking a break, which we're 100% taking a break.
Yeah, we fucking have to.
We have to, or we'll go insane.
Got too much shit going on, man.
Yeah, then we would have to make this our full-time job. Because that's how much shit we have prepared. It's going to be good.
Oh, it's going to be so dope.
And thanks for reaching out. Jeff, thanks for reaching out and telling me that, like, you're still enjoying it and you're listening. Raven up in BC. Girl, I see you. Thank you for listening. She reached out to me. She was like, tell me again the name of your podcast. And I was like, dude, anytime. So thanks, guys. Thanks for both of them are in Canada, so I thought that was really sweet.
And also thank you to Victor and partner.
Yay!
I'm glad that you guys listen. It makes me very happy.
That's amazing.
Yes.
You guys are the reason for the season, and the reason for our pleasing. I don't know. Well, no, that doesn't go.
Oh, I forgot to tell you that Eric had donated 1 liter of piss.
Oh, well, that was kind of him. I'll take some piss. I mean, I have a critter problem. I could use some piss to do my barriers around my house. A skunk will come up and be like, is that Keystone Light?
He had actually told me to tell you that quite a while ago, but I had forgotten until recently.
You know what?
Sorry, Eric.
You're a busy mom. You're a busy lady. So, until next time, we've got one left, one MLM left. It's our grand finale.
Oh, man. So, and I actually do have a really good segue for... Yes. So this is all like pyramid schemes and shit like that, like MLMs. Our next month topic is conspiracy theories.
I am so ready for this.
Because they have a very similar home in the similar type of people's minds.
Yes.
Generally, it's people who want to think that they go against the grain and they know stuff that they know the real ways, man. They know the deep state. Like, they know how it really is, man.
Don't worry,
Here's
we're
what
not
they're not going to tell you. Yeah, we're not doing Q because there's way too much and we don't want to.
I don't want to be shot.
Oh, I don't fucking care if I get shot.
But what if they shoot me and then I have to have a colostomy bag forever and then I just smell like poop everywhere I go instead of my Chanel that I just bought?
Don't smell like poop. Put a Tic Tac in your colostomy bag. It neutralizes the smell.
But how will I let people know that I've been a victim of a shooting and therefore need their attention if I don't smell like poop?
You don't have to smell like poop. Just
then
wear
how
crop
come
tops.
the one person I knew with a colostomy bag smelled like poop all the time?
Because they didn't put a Tic Tac in their colostomy bag. I'm not like just... It's not just like a funny thing like, oh, give it a Tic Tac, freshen it up. Like, for some reason, that is what...
That's really interesting.
Yeah, it neutralizes the odors. I'm not sure, man.
Yeah. Sorry.
But I had a cousin with a colostomy bag. That's how I knew. Yeah.
Yeah. But, oh my God. So, yeah, next month is all conspiracies, and it is a good segue. Well, until next time, we'll have new treats. We'll have a new episode.
And I'll talk about myself more.
Yes.
I guarantee it.